Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the high frequency model of the MOSFET. So in the previous class we have seen the MOSFET internal capacitances. So let us revise this topic once again because we require this to understand the high frequency model of MOSFET. So whatever the models we have seen so far, it is of small signal model which does not include any capacitances. So when we don't use the capacitances, we are going to predict the amplifier gain, whatever we are going to get, it is of the constant gain and which is of independent of frequency. But practically, when I take a MOSFET, the gain of every MOSFET every MOSFET amplifier, it falls off at some frequencies. So which includes the capacitances. Okay. So what are those capacitances? Those capacitances are because of basically two types of internal capacitances in the MOSFET. One is a gate capacitive effect and one more is the source body and drain body depletion layer capacitances. So under gate capacitive effect, we have got three different capacitances, that is the capacitance between the gate and the source, capacitance between the gate and the source, capacitance between gate and drain, and capacitance between gate and the body. We know there are four terminals: source, gate, drain and body. So whatever we are seeing now, gate terminal, this is an electrode, and this electrode is isolated from this channel region with the oxide layer. So this will be acting as a dielectric. Oxide layer will be acting as a dielectric, and this is one plate of capacitor and this is one more plate of the capacitor. So what happens here? This will be acting as a capacitor. So capacitance between the gate and the source, capacitance between the gate and the drain, and capacitance between gate and the body. Three capacitances, that is because of the gate capacitive effect. And the next one is source body and drain body depletion layer capacitance. That is because of the reverse bias PN junctions. Okay, so that one is because of the source diffusion and one more is because of the drain diffusion. That is CSB and CDB. That is capacitance between the source and the body. Next is capacitance between the drain and the body. So these capacitances are being classified into three types: input capacitance, output capacitance and feedback capacitance. Input capacitances are nothing but CGS, gate source, and CGD, gate drain. And output capacitance, CDS, drain source, and CGD. CGD will be acting as a feedback capacitance. Next is the gate capacitive effect. We know the MOSFET, it operates under three different regions. One is it will enter into three different regions: cutoff region, saturation region and the triode region. So let us see what are the values of this capacitances under different regions. So whenever the MOSFET under the triode region, which indicates that we are applying a small VDS, indicates the channel will be, whatever the channel formed under the oxide layer, it will be of uniform depth. Okay, uniform depth. From source to drain region, the channel will be formed, and this channel length of the channel, depth of the channel, it is uniform from the source side as well as from the drain side. So under that condition, both the capacitances can be modeled by dividing it equally between the source and the drain end. So CGS, which will be equals to CGD, and that is equals to W into L COX divided by 2. And the next is MOSFET under the saturation region. So what happens? MOSFET under the saturation region, your drain, that is the channel is pinched off at the drain region. Drain side, the channel will be pinched off. So CGD will be 0, whereas other side CGS, it will be 2/3 of WLCOX. Okay, and next is the cutoff region. Cutoff region, MOSFET under cutoff region, what happens? Channel, it is going to be disappeared. What that indicates? Your capacitances will be 0. CGS and CGD will be 0. Where here we are going to observe gate to body capacitance, that is WLCOX. Okay. Next, one more capacitance that occurs here in the different regions, that is called overlap capacitance. It is denoted as COV. and which is equals to WLOV COX, where LOV is nothing but the overlap length, channel length, and this will be equal to 0.05 to zero point 0.1 L. Okay. Next is junction capacitances, that is CSB and CDB. This is because of the two reverse bias PN junctions formed between each of the source and the drain diffusions and the body, and it can be determined using the formula. There is a formula to determine that CSB is equals to CSB naught divided by root of 1 plus VSB by V naught, where VSB naught is the value of CSB, that is capacitance between source and body at zero body source bias, and VSB is the magnitude of the reverse bias voltage, and V naught is nothing but the barrier voltage or junction built-in voltage, which will range from 0.6 volt to 0.8 volt. And similarly, for the drain diffusion, we have the formula, that is CDB is equals to CDB naught divided by root of 1 plus VDB divided by V naught. Okay. Yeah, these two are regarding junction capacitances. Next, we are going to see one problem under this. So, for a N channel MOSFET with the TOX thickness is equals to thickness of the oxide layer, which is equals to 10 nanometers, and length of that is 1 micrometer, and width of that is 10 micrometer, and LOV, what is LOV? Overlap length, which is equals to 0.05 micrometer. This will be micrometer into L. We need to multiply that. L is given here. Next is CSB naught and CDB naught, which is equals to 10 femtofarad. Femto means 10 to the power minus 15 femtofarad, and V naught, barrier voltage or built-in voltage, is given as 0.6 volt. VSB is 1 volt. VDS is 2 volt. Okay. Now we are going to calculate the capacitances, various capacitances, when the transistor is working under a saturation. Okay, COX, COV, CGS, CGD, CSB and CDB. So whenever the transistor operates in the saturation means at the drain side, GD, which will be equals to which will be zero, because what happens, see here, we know the formula. Under saturation region, CGS channel will be pinched off at the drain region. So CGD will be 0, CGS will be 2/3 of WLCOX. But along with this capacitance, you will be having a overlap capacitance. So you need to consider this overlap capacitance, including this one. Okay. So what happened here? Yeah. CGS we need to calculate. The formula is 2/3 WLCOX. Plus, we need to consider this overlap capacitance. So, what is this overlap capacitance? We need to calculate. Overlap capacitance, the formula is WLOV-COX. What is LOV? LOV is given 0.05 micro, and COX is also, COX is not given. COX we need to calculate using the formula epsilon x divided by TOV, that is thickness of the overlap region, which is equals to epsilon OX, it will be a constant value 3.45 into 10 to the power minus 11, and TOV, which is equals to, which is nothing but the oxide, thickness of the oxide layer, which is 10 nanometer. Substitute that, you will be getting the answer as 3.45 into 10 to the power minus 3 farad per meter square. COX, the formula, the unit is farad per meter square, and this is converted into femto again. So this will be 3.45 femtofarad per micrometer square. Okay, so and this COX substituted in COE formula, so you'll be getting the answer as 172 femtofarad. Femto means 10 to the power minus 15, and then you are going to substitute this in CGS equation, CGS formula. There you will be getting the answer CGS as 24.72 femtofarad, and CGD it is 0. Along with that we have a overlap capacitance, so it will be 1.72 femtofarad. Sorry, 172. This is not 1.72. This will be 172 femtofarad. Okay. Next is, sorry, here it is 1.72 femtofarad. So 1.72 here also. So it will be 24.72 femtofarad CGS and CGD will be 1.72 femtofarad. Then you are going to calculate the junction capacitances, that is CSB and CDB. You know the formula, CSB 0 divided by root of 1 plus VSB by V naught, which is equals to VSB is given, CSB naught is also given. Substitute all this, you will be getting 6.1 femtofarad, and CDB, this will be CDB naught divided by root of 1 plus VDB by V naught. So what is VDB? VDB directly it is not given. So VDB is nothing but VDS plus VSB. VDS is given, VSB is also given. So VDB is nothing but VDS plus VSB, that is 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 VDS VSB divided by V naught. V naught is 0.6. When you substitute all this, you will be getting the answer as 4.1 femtofarad. So this is very important problem. You can expect this question in the external exam or in the internal exam as well. So very important, calculating the various capacitances value with the given parameters. The thing is, you need to calculate what is COX if it is not given using the formulas epsilon OX divided by TOV or TOX. Then you are going to calculate the overlap capacitance if the overlap capacitance if they mention, and then CGS you are going to calculate, CGD you are going to calculate, CSB and CDB. This is what you are going to calculate. Next is about the high frequency model of MOSFET. So this high frequency model of MOSFET is nothing but, it is a small signal model of MOSFET only, but we are going to consider the operating frequency as high. Okay, MOSFET under the high frequency, we are going to consider this model. Okay, so let us see the diagram. See, we know now there are 5 different capacitances are there. 3 because of the gate capacitive effect and 2 because of the source diffusion and the drain diffusion. So these capacitance, that is CGD, CGS and CGB, that is capacitance between gate and body, it is not considered over here. Okay, it is not considered over here. Also that is avoided here, that is CGB, whereas CGD is included. See, CGD, CGS. See, this is nothing but, see this, how this is obtained is, basically this is an small signal model of MOSFET only. That is, between the gate and the source we are going to apply the input signal VGS, and output side you will be having an independent current over here, that is GM into VGS and and here you are going to obtain the output signal, that is between drain and the source. And see how this is being derived. So this is a gate terminal, this is a source terminal, this is a drain terminal. So gate terminal, as I told, 2 capacitances we are going to observe, that is between gate and the source, between gate and the drain, that we are going to consider here. And how these source and drain is connected, that is because of this dependent current, that is dependent current is nothing but GM into VGS. Okay, and including this you have a internal resistances of source and the drain, that is also given over here. So this is a small letter RD is the drain series resistance and the source series resistance is RS. So this is being given over here. So this particular small signal model operating at high frequency, this is being derived from this particular figure. I hope it is understood. And this GDS is nothing but slope of ID versus VDS. Whenever we draw ID versus VDS, that is output current by output voltage, you will be getting the characteristics like this, that is a wave curves like this. So yeah, curves like this, and whatever the slope you are going to get from this particular characteristic, which is nothing but GDS. Okay, GDS, that has been included here, and that is what even here also it is given. CGD, we have a capacitance. Drain to drain there is a capacitance, gate to source there is a capacitance, and between gate and source we are applying the input, that is VGS, and this is a body, 4th terminal. Between body and drain drain and body you have a capacitance, that is CdB, and between the source and the body you have a capacitance CSB. And this is your small signal model, GM into VGS and GMB VBS, and this is the output resistance of the MOSFET R0. Okay, and then again it has been simplified like this, that is your body, it has been neglected. The equivalent circuit for the case in which the source is connected to the substrate, the source, we are predicting that this body is connected to the source only. Okay, so we can avoid two capacitances, that is CD, one capacitance we can avoid, that is this capacitance CSB we can avoid, because C body is connected to source only. So this capacitances we can avoid, that is not shown over here. So CGS, CGD, CDB and R0 is included, and GM into VGS is included. And this is further, it has been simplified by neglecting CDB. Drain to body also we can neglect, because body is already connected to the source, so we can neglect the CDB at the capacitance between the drain and the body we can neglect. So this is the equivalent circuit model of MOSFET at the high frequency. CGS is included, CGD, and this is GM into VGS, R0, and 3 terminals you need to represent. So this is the equivalent model of a MOSFET at high frequency. Okay, so this is a high frequency. You have to draw this diagram only, and the equivalent circuit also you can draw, that is two equivalent circuit. One is this one, and in the next one this CDB is not included, that also you can draw. But if they ask the MOSFET high frequency model, draw the high frequency model of MOSFET, you are going to draw this particular diagram, that is including all the capacitances CGD, CGS, CSB, CDB. Okay, GMB into VBS, and this is R0. All the 4 terminals also you need to represent. So this is a complete figure of MOSFET high frequency model, and the model parameters are GM, transconductance. The formula, it has been directly given, no need to by heart all these formulas, just you know what is this. And GMB is nothing but X into GM, where X is ranging from 0.1 to 0.2, and the output resistance is given by VA by ID. And then CGS, you know the formula, CGD also you know the formula, CSB, CDB, and what is the operating frequency? FT is given by, the formula is GM divided by 2 pi into CGS plus CGD. So these are the model parameters. Usually they ask draw the MOSFET high frequency model. At that time you need to draw this, no need of explanation, nothing. And then you can write the model parameters, whichever you know. Okay, and that completes the high frequency model of MOSFET. And next comes the recommended questions from these topics. Okay, very important. So these are the questions it has been asked in the model question paper. So why I am discussing this is because yours is a new scheme, 18 scheme. So you may expect the questions from the model question paper. So what are the topics we have discussed so far is, that is common source amplifier with the internal with the source resistance and without source resistance, and then we have discussed source follower, and then internal capacitance we have discussed, and one problem under internal capacitance. All these things we have discussed. So the very first question, it is related to the common source amplifier with source resistance. So what they are asking is, with a neat diagram and an AC equivalent circuit, derive the expression for input resistance, open circuit voltage gain, and the voltage gain of the entire circuit, overall voltage gain, and then the output resistance for the common source amplifier. So what and all you need to explain is with source resistance. Yes. So this is the particular diagram you need to draw, that is the equivalent circuit model. This you need to draw. You can also draw this one, no problem, but they have asked, particularly they have asked the equivalent circuit model circuit with the MOSFET represented by its T model. So you need to explain this. Okay, and then So you can include also this depending upon the marks, that like how the T model is formed from the pi model, and then explanation. Okay. And then yeah, VGS, what is VGS, you need to draw, you need to explain. And input resistance, you know, it is already infinite. And what is VGS, input voltage, it is voltage divider rule. And then um, yeah, this one, that is what is the output voltage and what is the open circuit voltage gain, V naught divided by Vi. And then the, yeah, open circuit voltage gain you'll be calculating, and then output resistance, which is equals to Rd. And then how did you obtain this AV, overall voltage gain. Okay, that is very important. Next is they have asked which one, they have asked explain the internal capacitances, that is what I discussed today, and hence draw the high frequency small signal model of MOSFET. So you need to draw this particular diagram. First you are going to explain the internal capacitances, that is basically two internal capacitances are there. One is because of gate capacitance effect and one more is because of source drain or source body or drain body diffusion capacitance, and then that is junction capacitance. After explaining that, draw the high frequency model of the MOSFET. And then this problem we have discussed today, same problem it has been asked. And then the need diagram and AC equivalent circuit, derive the expression for all these for source follower. Even this also we have discussed. And one problem under source common source amplifier utilizes MOSFET. The same problem we have discussed earlier while doing the class. So you can go through all these 5 questions, which will be very important from your internal as well as external point of view. So thank you.